Mike, I want to go back to the establishment of a league. You saw that there were failures before. How have you been able to make it sustainable that it hasn't failed, and it's not going to by the looks of it because you're expanding and going the right way?
Well, I think number one is partnership. We started with our partnership with Canada Basketball, and we wanted to make sure we had like-minded goals. We noticed that no other group had ever been endorsed by Canada Basketball. No one had ever been the official league of Canada, and we wanted to know why. And we quickly figured out in our research as to why that probably didn't make sense, because there was no correlation to the developmental side of the game. It really was about, hey, we're this U.S. league and we're going to plop a team or two in Canada. And by the way, this still occurs to this day, that they will, these U.S. markets, U.S. teams will try to infiltrate Canada because of all the work that everyone here and everyone else around has done to try and monetize for their own good. So we wanted to work with Canada Basketball, say, listen, what's important to you? This is what's important to us. And collectively, we came up with, kind of our guideline to how we would operate. Number one was the time of year which we played. We play from a May schedule to about mid-August, which affords us access to the best Canadian talent around. Many of these players, unbeknownst to probably a lot of you, make a lot of money overseas, substantial money, but will come back and play for us in a downtime when they would have come back anyways to train and do other things, and now be on national and international television playing against high-level competition. I would say we are probably more well-respected internationally as a league than we are domestically, but that's more of a Canadian issue than anything. But really, playing FIBA rules was important. If we're going to play FIBA rules, it's the game that's played 99.9% in the entire world, then why are we training players to play NBA rules when we're trying to win a gold medal and we got to play FIBA rules? And we want to have high Canadian talent. And we wanted to have, follow a lot of the intricacies of FIBA. We want to be able to represent Canada internationally. So as early as next month, our Edmonton Stingers, as the champions of Canada, will represent Canada against 11 other teams in Latin, South, and Central America to try to become the champion of Americas. And just the way we went about approaching our governance model as a single entity owned league. It's not easy to start a league ever, but when you do it, you want to make sure you do it with parity and at the highest brand standards across the board, and then you move forward. And we want to use the Canadian basketball officials. Not just random officials that are cheap. And
you've got people Canadians in your front office too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we are filled with all Canadians. It's a league made for Canadians by Canadians and played by Canadians predominantly. So, all those things make sense to Canada Basketball and the National Federation, but it also makes sense to us as a business. We can make money doing that because the CFL has done that for years and years and really showed us that community is very important, probably most important. Having local representation or Canadian athletes or people you went to school with or grew up with or is a cousin of this or so on and so forth, people want to see that. They aspire to that. And we created something out of nothing. And being able to create and mold and shape is my favorite part of the job.